Think about that carefully, because many people are carrying internal dialogue patterns they never consciously chose. Patterns inherited from criticism, fear, failure, emotional conditioning, past experiences, and eventually, those repeated thoughts begin sounding like truth. A person says, "I always fail," but if you examine the statement carefully, it is rarely objective reality. It is emotional repetition, a painful memory repeated internally until it becomes identity. Someone else says, "I'm behind." Behind who? According to whose timeline? But because the thought repeats emotionally, the nervous system begins treating it as fact, and behavior quietly changes to match the belief. This is one of the deepest hidden mechanisms inside the matrix. The internal narrator shapes perception before reality even unfolds. The mind believes what it hears repeatedly. Now think about how many people begin defeating themselves internally before life even begins testing them externally. An opportunity appears, and immediately the mind whispers, "You're not ready." A challenge appears, and the mind whispers, "You'll probably fail." A dream appears, and the mind whispers, "People like you don't succeed." And because the thoughts happen automatically, people assume they are accurate. But automatic does not mean true. It simply means practiced. Pause for a moment and think honestly about your own internal dialogue. What phrases does your mind repeat most often? "I'm not disciplined." "I always mess things up." "I'm too late." "I'm not smart enough." "I'll never change." Now ask yourself something deeper. How long have those thoughts been repeating? Because repetition creates psychological authority. And authority repeated long enough becomes identity. The mind believes what it hears repeatedly. This is why self-talk matters far more than most people realize. Not because every thought magically creates reality, but because repeated internal language shapes emotional expectation. And emotional expectation influences behavior. Behavior then produces evidence reinforcing the original belief. This creates unconscious identity loops. A person believes, "I'm awkward socially," so they enter conversations with tension. That tension affects behavior. The interaction feels uncomfortable. Then the mind says, "See, I knew it." The belief becomes self-reinforcing. Not because destiny confirmed it, because behavior unconsciously aligned with it. Now imagine someone repeatedly telling themselves, "I never finish what I start." Eventually the nervous system begins expecting inconsistency. Motivation weakens faster. Commitment feels unstable. Small setbacks feel permanent. And slowly, the identity becomes reality through repetition. The mind believes what it hears repeatedly. Now here comes something most people never fully notice. Negative self-dialogue often sounds protective, not destructive. The mind says, "Don't try too hard. You might embarrass yourself. Stay realistic. Don't expect too much." And because the voice sounds cautious, people obey it automatically. But many limiting thoughts are not protecting your future. They are protecting familiar identity.